up, my busy bees? It's your girl Gaming Bee, and today we're gonna talk about a new game I got a hold of. From our beloved, our greatest 2000 years gaming design experience, Riot Games. You know, until recently, Riot Forge was basically a Riot game studio, with its only game being a League of Legends. And then it just poof! And they tried to stick their noses everywhere, in gaming, in animation, in music, probably even in your kindergarten, teaching how to not say naughty words. And sometimes it was perfect. Take Valorant as an example, or Arcane, or Legends of Runeterra. And every other time, it was not so memorable. Ruined Kin, anyone? Song of Nunu is a Riot's new game that is aimed at expanding League's lore. And it tells a story about Nunu, a Notai boy, and Willump, the last Yeti. But before we're going to continue, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and make it bigger than Willump does his snowball. So, we start in the middle of a snowstorm, Nunu and Willump are half dead, and oh my god, Lysandra is trying to kill us before the game even begins! But it's okay, because it's still 3 days until that, so we can rest assured that it's totally not gonna happen later. Also, we find out that Nunu is in search of his mother, but she wants him to find the Heart of Blue. And what is this Heart of Blue, you're asking yourself? It's a really, really tough question, because the story is surrounded by mysteries, you know? At the beginning of the game, we're greeted with a tutorial. And to be honest, I don't even know if the game needs a tutorial, besides Nunu's flute, because let me tell you, that was the only thing in the entire game that got me to experience a really hard time. Overall, gameplay is really clunky, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. Riot Games, you are not an indie company, you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and you decide to make a PS2 game in 2023? Like, look at this! This combat and graphics are straight from PS2, with just a different lighting. The combat with Willump feels unfinished, and aiming as Nunu is just offensively bad. Give me a normal aim and nice hitboxes in slasher mode. But I guess Riot doesn't know what good hitboxes are. The only saving grace of the gameplay part is finishing moves that look really, really well, with tons of different animations and also snow rides. I just love those. But from every other standpoint, it's just a game past its time. If it was made by some indie developer, I'd be praising this game. But Riot Games is just not it. It could have made so much more than a corridor game with outdated graphics and gameplay, considering the money they have. But I guess this game is just the way Riot treats us, with so much respect, and they want to give us the best gaming experience possible, to the point where they take a game from 2003 and port it straight into 2023. By the way, we're talking so much about the gameplay that we forget to talk about the story. There is nothing to say. Song of Nunu is actually quite a bland story that doesn't really tell anything. There is no idea or message behind this game, the plot twists are seen from miles away, and they are not too interesting. Even at the end of the game, it just feels like we're told nothing, like nothing we ever did was really important. What about Braum? Just a fan service character with nothing to do here. What about Lysandra? A mentally ill fan service villain with nothing behind her to make me care about her. What about the Void or the Old Gods? They feel as if they're not important at all. Nunu can act surprised all he wants, but their characters didn't really matter to the story or anyone in this game. If we're talking about this, even to our main protagonists. Throughout all this adventure, none of the characters achieve their goals or make a character development, which makes this entire journey kinda pointless in my opinion. As I said before, even our main protagonists are in this boat of bad writing. And if, for example, with Dark Souls, you're given a lot of theories, a lot of things to think about, here it's just there. So by the end of the game, we're back where we started, which makes it a complete waste of time. I'm really surprised why there are so many positive reviews when the game is so overwhelmingly ordinary. Or maybe it's just me, because again, for the whole game we got almost nothing. I really wanted to play this game for the lore, but there was practically none of it, and the story was boring. I wanted to feel a connection with characters on a different level, like it was with Arcane. But they were just a part of a fan service game, with not so great a gameplay and story with no clear idea or character development. It's actually really interesting how all of Riot's multiplayer games turned out to be a success, whether it's TFT, Valorant, or Legends of Runeterra, but when it comes down to single-player games, Riot just flops. None of a few solo games Riot made were any good, and it makes you think that maybe Riot and Epic Games have a lot in common. So, would I advise you to buy this game? No, just read story captions on LoL's site if you want to know more about the lore. This game is just not worth your time. I swear to God, I remember even Spyro being a better game from all standpoints. But if you think this video was worth your time, make sure to like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. And if you don't agree with me, comment your facts down below this video. Be out!